Hey book lovers, we are Ellen and this is Sarah and this is Besties and Books, where we drink wine, share laughs, talk fantasy and other genres, all genres now.
Today, we are taking you on our reading journey for one of them, Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. We have individually filmed our real-time reactions at key moments during the book, not necessarily the same moments, sharing thoughts on the plot twists, and yes, we are even diving into spoilers for those who want the full experience.
So think of this as reading together page by page, but with all the emotions caught on camera. So if you love stories, honest reactions, and maybe a few gasps and laughs and cries along the way, you're in the right place. Don't forget that if you're loving our content, to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our future videos. So let's dive into this vlog. Hey everyone, it's Ellen from Besties and Books, and today we are doing a reading vlog. Yay! This is so exciting. I've been wanting to do this for ages, but also a bit nervous because I've never done one of these before. Neither has Sarah. I am so excited to read this book. If you know Sarah or I, we are predominantly fantasy and fantasy romance readers, but we've been dabbling in other genres, and I just hear rave reviews about the Boys of Tommen series that Binding 13 is a part of. Everyone is like crying in their reviews and saying it's like 6-star god tier read, but it's also quite like emotionally wrecking and sends you into a complete reading slump. So I'm just so excited to read it. With that being said, I'm about 20% in now. I was hoping to do a check-in at about the 10% mark, but I just couldn't put it down. Finding it super bingeable. The writing is beautiful. We're following Shannon and Johnny, and Shannon seems to be like this quite small, petite, 15-year-old girl who struggles a lot through school. She's bullied really badly, ends up moving to Tommen, which is a private college, and there she meets Johnny, who's a star football, or he's trying to be a star football player. So at the moment, that's sort of where I'm at. Johnny and Shannon have only really had one interaction between one another, but they're clearly the love interests in this book. And then we've been introduced to Gibbsy, one of the side characters and also Johnny's best friend, and I'm just loving the comic relief that he's providing to the book already. My only critique so far is that it's written in third person. Why are we writing in third person? I hate that writing style. But in saying that, I'm still finding it super bingeable, super easy to read. I can look past it. It isn't distracting me too much at this point, and I'm really excited to see where this book is going. So I'll check in again if I feel like there's something that I really want to talk about, or probably around the 50% mark if I haven't checked in already by that time. Oh, I'm super excited to see what Sarah thinks of this as well. This reading vlog will be the first time that I'm hearing her thoughts, when I usually have to wait until the monthly reading wrap up. So I'm excited. But anyway, I will stop yapping and I will check in again soon.
We are reading Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. This is book 1 in the Boys of Tommen series. I'm about 10% through. My take so far is that this is going to be an emotional ride. The opening introduces us to Shannon, who is the female lead, a seemingly shy and isolated girl. She has been bullied since the age of 4 when she started school. And her struggle, we read, is raw, it's real, it is emotional. To give her a fresh start in school, her mum takes out a loan, she picks up extra shifts at work, and she moves Shannon into a new school and hopefully a better environment. On day 1, she meets Johnny, a rugby star all the girls want, all the boys want to be. They literally collide at school, and not in the best circumstances. But it leaves a lasting impression on Johnny so far in my 10%. I haven't read Shannon's perspective yet, so that is TBC, but 10% in, and I am intrigued to read more.
Hey guys, Ellen here again with another quick check-in on Binding 13. I just filmed a check-in, but my bloody microphone wasn't on, so here we go again. We're going out to dinner tonight, so this is just a super quick check-in. I haven't read that much in the last 48 hours. I've had my mum visiting, so it's just been really hard to get some reading in, but I'm about 30% through now. I'm loving Johnny's character. I think he's so mature for a 17-year-old, but he's still a little bit of that like grumpy, but it's not like grumpy sunshine, because she's certainly not a sunshine, but I just love like a grumpy male main character. But he's basically, I'm at the point where he's just dropped Shannon home. Shannon's walked in, her father's blind drunk and clearly in a mood. He's just picked up the newspaper with a picture of Shannon and Johnny on the front page and just flips out, starts choking her. Joey walks in. He doesn't say anything like, what are you doing? He doesn't intervene as such. He just asserts his dominance, and apparently like he's the dominant one in the family, and so her father quickly, drops his hand. But also Joey doesn't make a big deal out of it. He just sort of pretends nothing is going on. I guess that's his way of protecting Shannon from this whole situation. So it's super unclear what sort of dynamic is going on there, but I'm intrigued to see what's going on. What I don't understand is like the mother pulled her out of a public school to sort of get away from the abuse and the bullying, but then the father is clearly abusive. We don't know much about him at that point, but it's heavily alluded to already. And obviously he's just choked her. And the mother's pregnant again. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, is this something that's happening behind closed doors that the mother's not aware of? Because I have read books in the past where this is all sort of hidden from the other parent and the other parent had no idea what was going on at home. It's just super unclear and very early days about what the family dynamic is for Shannon at home. We're only getting like little dribbles and hints here and there. But anyway, that's where I'm up to. Still super gripped. Cannot wait to read more, and I will check in with you again soon.
Hi besties, a quick check-in on the book we're reading, Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. I am about 35% of the way through the book. I found the 10 to 20% mark slowed down a little bit for me after initially getting sucked into the story. Things just halted a little bit. There's a lot of focus on Johnny's training, his very strict routine, his body is a football temple and all that. The functionality of certain body parts, which I could have heard less about. And also a lot of focus on how small Shannon is. So things dragged there a little bit, but Shannon and Johnny have just reconnected on the football field for the first time since the beginning of the book. And this scene was super cute. It was very, very awkward and I almost struggled to read it, but in the cutest way. And I loved every moment of it. Johnny is clearly taken with Shannon and she is deer in headlights, does not know why he is focused on her. The side characters are great. Gibbsy, who's Johnny's best mate, provides some hilarious comic relief. He is chasing after Shannon's best mate and the banter there is classic. Fast forward to maybe the 30% mark and Johnny has come to Shannon's aid when she needs him the most. He's very protective of her. And again, she doesn't really know why, but I lapped up this scene when he comes to her aid. That's it for now. I will check in again soon. I am super engrossed and I am really hoping it will continue. Bye.
Hey guys, I am back for a quick check-in. I am loving this book so much. I just finished the scene where Johnny has taken Shannon to like the local pub because he got a sense that she didn't want to go home. He buys her dinner and then they end up bumping into her former bullies at this pub. And oh my God! I love Johnny so much. He literally tells Shannon, here are the keys to my car. You go sit in my car for a minute. I just need to talk to a friend. He storms back inside the restaurant. He doesn't even know for sure that they're her bullies, but he's got this intuition and this vibe that they are the girls that bullied Shannon at her school, at her former school, and he goes AWOL. He just loses his shit, beats the living crap out of her bully's boyfriend and is basically like, how does it feel to feel helpless? Like when someone you love is being absolutely beaten to the pulp. You should have stepped in and told your girlfriend to lay off Shannon. That's so good. And then he goes even beyond that. Johnny literally goes to the owner, I will not be coming here with my football buddies if you are serving scumbags like these bullies. I just love it. I love him. I love Johnny so much. He doesn't even wait for proof. He's just like, I have this gut feeling, I have this intuition that they're the ones that gave Shannon a hard time and I'm going to F them up. Oh, I love him. I love Johnny so much. I really don't want to call this too early, but I'm predicting this to be a 5-star read. I am just so gripped. I'm loving every second. It's a long book and I don't even care. I just don't care. On another more somber note, we've learned more about Shannon's home life dynamic and, oh man, makes me sick to my core. I really wanted to give the mother the benefit of the doubt because obviously not being involved ever in a DV situation, I really feel for women who can't leave, basically, who feel like they physically and mentally cannot leave their husbands in DV situations. But in this book, I'm really, really struggling to like the mum. I'm really struggling to feel for her and what she's going through. The way that she defends the father, the way that she keeps taking him back, the way that she financially supports the entire family, so she doesn't even rely on him for anything. And continues to have children with him. I don't understand, and I understand Shannon's perspective that she hates her mum. Like, to watch your father do that to your kids, it's full on. It's full on. So that side of things, Shannon's home life, is super dark. And I think we're only scratching the surface. From the way that the author is writing and the depth of this story and the emotional development of the characters, I just feel like there is more and more to uncover about Shannon's home life and also Johnny's as well. So, it's getting heavy. It's getting really, really heavy. And I just really want to jump in and just rescue Shannon, just bring her into our home and look after her. Like, I can fully understand Johnny's protective instincts kicking in. It's a lot. Also, want to point out Bella. Oh, she is. So Bella is like was Johnny's booty call before Shannon. And she is just physically and verbally harassing Johnny. Like, if a guy was doing this to a girl, they could get into some serious trouble. Like, not okay. And it's almost like she's able to get away with it for whatever reason. Like, she will not take no for an answer. She doesn't give a crap about consent. I think the only reason why she hasn't full-on assaulted him yet is because he is physically bigger and stronger than her, and so perhaps he's just not able to. But he's trying to be kind. He's trying to cop it on the chin, and she's just like, she is relentless, absolutely relentless. You need to get a restraining order against this girl. She's driving me absolutely insane. So I don't like Bella at all, and I'm struggling a lot with her character, with what she gets away with. So anyway, that's the check-in that I have for now. Loving where this book is going. And I even messaged my sister and I was like, oh my gosh, you have to read Binding 13. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm predicting it to be a 5-star. And she's like, isn't that like a 12-y romance? And I'm like, no, it's not a 12-y romance. I would say it's more of a drama than it is a romance. It's just so, I guess you don't know until you're in it, but it is just, how do I explain this? It is a book of such emotional depth that will take you on the most heartbreaking journey that I think I'll ever read in my lifetime. It is just so beautifully written. The characters are so compelling. The story is gripping. I don't even care if it's long. I'm just binging it. I mean, most romances I think are around the 300 page mark max, and this is 600 plus pages. But every single page I am totally gripped. And I am so excited for Sarah to read this, and I will definitely be continuing with this series. But I feel like I've yapped on enough. I just wanted to do that little check-in with you guys because I loved that scene of Johnny in the restaurant, and I will check in again when I've got something more to say.
Hi besties, I'm about to head to work, but I just had to do a check-in for Binding 13 because I will not be able to read all day and I'm devastated. Things are getting intense. We have learned more about Shannon and her home situation, which is really not very nice at all. Her mum and her siblings all suffer abuse, physical abuse at the hands of her father. Johnny has noticed a few times that Shannon has been sporting bruises on her body, and he is in full overprotective mode. He's asked her a few times what's happened. She will not tell him, so he has no idea who is hurting her. He just knows that he needs to do something about it, but he doesn't know what to do. And the more he pushes, the more Shannon backs away. Literally, I have just read that Shannon is heading home. Her mum has kicked her dad out of the house again, but we've just heard that the dad is coming home and Shannon is heading home, and her elder brother, who's always been a bit of a protection for her, has just had enough and he's bailing. He's not going home with her, so she's going home on her own. And she's freaking out and I'm freaking out, and I am going to have to finish this book in the next few days because I am desperate to know what happens next. Bye!
Hey besties, Ellen here with another reading check-in. I'm laughing right now because of course as soon as I sit down to do another check-in of Binding 13, my neighbour's dogs, at least I think they're a neighbour's dogs, have just started howling. Whenever a dog barks on the street, these dogs just start howling. They must be huskies or something. Anyway, if you can hear that, I'm sorry, nothing I can do about it. We work with what we've got. So I'm about 80 to 85% through the book, and oh my God, I'm loving it so much. So to give you an idea of where I'm up to, Shannon has kissed Johnny, but he didn't kiss her back and gave her the awkward talk about why he didn't kiss her back and why he can't go there. I guess trying to let her down gently. Anyway, they've moved forward from that, and Shannon's dad has dropped her phone into like a jar of water as punishment for being dropped off by a boy at home. And so she didn't get a text message to say that her class has been selected to go and watch Johnny's match against another school in Dublin. And when she arrives at school, she's dragged onto the bus, basically scolded by the teacher saying, "You're late, you're holding everybody up, blah blah blah." She's like, I didn't she had a crash downstairs. She's like, I didn't get any notification that we were going on a bus today. She's freaking out because she's like, my mum and dad don't know, they're going to kill me, so on. But the part that I absolutely loved was Shannon trying to find a seat on the bus. Oh my God. It was just so cringe, but so good to read. I loved like every single second. She's finally found a seat at the back of the bus, but of course it's next to Mr. Johnny Kavanagh. So she's I can't stop laughing, but it's in such a cringe way. Instead of waiting and asking Johnny if she could sit next to him, she tries to climb over him. She literally knees him in the nose. He thinks it's broken. He's checking for blood. He's like, for sake, Shannon, just give me a second. But she still tries to climb over him. She's got a super heavy backpack on. She ends up crushing their bodies together, nearly injuring him again in his already sore groin. And he's just like, can you just give me a second? Just like, give me a sec. I will move for you and you can come in. And she's just like full panic mode. She's like, she's just in her own world, climbing over him anyway. And oh, it just made me laugh so hard. And the entire rugby team, of course, is on the back seat and giving Johnny and Shannon such a hard time about what's unraveling. It is just so funny. Anyway, needless to say, I am loving this book so much. It really doesn't feel like a drag, even though it's so long. I'm never checking to see how far into the book I am out of like, oh my gosh, I've got to get this done, or oh my gosh, I'm only 85% through or whatever. It's flying by. I'm actually checking where I'm up to make sure I don't miss these check-ins for this vlog. I'm just enjoying it so much. The other thing I will note is Bella is still pissing me off. She's still harassing Johnny. I don't know how she's getting away with it. It's like giving me, I guess it's making me feel really anxious. Like the way that the author's writing her character makes me feel anxious. That Bella is just like a total psycho and what is she going to do next? So I don't know if that's the author doing it really well, but either way, I'm scared for her character. The author seems to do side characters really, really well and play into those characters. Like Gibbsy, I'm still loving him as a side character. He's so funny. His relationship with Claire is so good and it provides so much comic relief. We don't really know much about Lizzie, which is Shannon's other best friend. She's sort of here and there. She seems quite angry and emotional. Not really quite sure what's going on there, but still very defensive of Shannon. I also love how defensive Johnny is of Shannon. He is like, will defend her to the death and stands up for her all the time, doesn't take any shit. I just love him. I love him so much. And he is so mature for a 17-year-old. The way that he even reflects on overreacting to some of the things that Shannon does or says, it's just, it's so mature. I feel like it's almost too mature for a 17-year-old whose parents are never even around because he's at home most of the time on his own. Anyway, I'm loving the book so far. I think I'm going to finish this book tonight because I really don't have that much left to go. And I will do a final check-in at the end and let you know what my final thoughts are. Hey guys, I am back. I have finished Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. I am shook. Like, really, really shook. I feel choked up. I feel teary. Wow. I feel like I can't even really gather my thoughts right now. Like, there's so many emotions. I feel emotionally drained and wrecked. That was so full on. I thought it would be like a happy ending and it just wasn't. It was horrible. Like, I knew when Shannon would get home that her father would be furious, but what actually unfolded was 1,000 times worse than what I could have possibly imagined. What a piece of shit. And her mum, what a piece of shit. I'm trying so hard not to cry. I'm just like, how could she do that to her kids? How could she run to the father after everything that had happened and not look to her daughter that was nearly beaten to death? And the younger kids having to witness that, and an 11-year-old boy standing up to his father and to tell him that he's killing his sister. I knew this book was going to be emotionally devastating, but this just... I don't know if I've ever read a book that's made me feel this sick inside. Okay, I feel like I need to gather my thoughts a bit more. This might be a bit of a messy final check-in, but I'm going to do my best. So everything that happened in the lead up, Johnny ended up going to hospital because he had a really bad injury to his groin. We all knew it was bad, but yeah, it was really bad. And he said some very funny things which made me laugh out loud. But now, I can't even reflect on that now. I can't even laugh about it now. I feel like be happy right now after that ending that I just read. I can totally see why other booktubers like need a minute to process their thoughts after reading this book. It's just, it's so full on. All right, I think I've gathered my thoughts enough to wrap up this reading vlog. Sarah will be having her final thoughts after this, I imagine, after I end this clip. But overall, it was very well written, extremely well written, and I want to read the rest of the series. It is emotionally devastating. And if this is just the first book, if this is just the taste, then I'm nervous about what the rest of the series will bring, but I am so keen to keep going with it. I definitely need to read something light and fluffy now. The characters were so likable. I loved all of them. All the characters, even the ones that you were supposed to hate, like Bella. I hate her, don't get me wrong, I hate her, but she was so well written and I really believe that she's a psycho, and I feel like all the characters just felt so real. What a masterpiece. I really feel like this book is a total masterpiece. So my overall rating is 5 stars. Highly, highly, highly recommend. With that being said, that is all from me. And I imagine Sarah's final thoughts will be coming soon after this video. So hang around for that. I'm sure she will also have a very full-on reaction to the finale of this book. Goodbye.
Time for my final check-in on Binding 13. Holy shit. I have just finished the book and I do not even know where to begin. I haven't done a check-in for the last 40% of the book because I could not put it down. You must read this book. I'm actually surprised I'm not crying because I often cry at the end of books. And this was totally a tearjerker, but I don't know why I'm not crying. I think I'm in shock. So we end up with Johnny is in hospital. He's had an away game. He's had an injury. His groin injury that has been recurring through the whole book is just sort of like hit a point where he can't deal with the pain anymore. He collapses on the football field. He's in hospital. And there is a hilarious scene where he is high as a kite on morphine and he confesses to his entire family that he's in love with Shannon, that she's going to have his babies and that he cannot live without her. She is, of course, mortified, as is his mum, who's heard the entire thing. But he convinces Shannon to stay with him in hospital for a few hours while he gets some sleep. Then he wakes up and comes to and is a bit surprised that she's there. And he doesn't want her to see that he is destroyed and distraught because he feels like his football career is in jeopardy. So he sends her on her way. She goes home. She has been away for 24 hours. When she gets home, her family has been informed that her and Johnny were caught in a compromising position. They were making out and they got caught by the coach, and her dad has found out. And he goes ballistic. He beats her to within an inch of her life. She is literally lying on the floor. I'm not sure in what state, but she's half dead on the floor. Her brother Joey intercedes at the last minute and sort of saves her and delivers an ultimatum to the mum to say, you kick him out now or we're all gone. Me, Shannon, the three younger boys, we are all out of here because this is effed and we are not putting up with this anymore. Now, the crazy thing is that Shannon has finally told Johnny that her father is abusing her, but she told him when he's high as a kite, and when he woke up, he did not remember at all. Oh my God. It ended on such a cliffhanger. I am desperate to read book number 2, but I have to be patient and wait until Ellen and I have agreed that we're going to read book 2 together. So I'm going to badger her now and say, we need to effing read book 2 stat. Time to rate Binding 13. Now, I very rarely give out a 5 because at the back of my mind, I always think, there's always going to be a better book, so you can't give out a 5. But for this one, I'm going to do it. I am giving it a 5. I loved it. I couldn't put it down. And I feel like it's going to consume my thoughts for quite a while. Definitely read it.
Thanks for hanging out with us today, besties. This was so much fun. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our future videos, and please send us your book recommendations because this was such a great surprise for us. Until next time, bye!
Bye!